Greetings fellow nerds, Nintendan here bringing you another video. Today we're doing something a little different. It's a video I've been meaning to do actually for a while now. I've had some friends tell me I should do this, and yeah, I've been meaning to, just haven't gotten around to it. We recently actually moved to another house a few months ago, and now seems like the perfect time, so why not? I'm going to be showing you some pieces from my collection today. I started collecting action figures maybe back in high school. Started a little slow since I wasn't working at the time, and yeah, it just kind of escalated from there. Some people would say I'd have a problem, and they're probably not wrong. But yeah, it's just something I love to collect, and I'm really passionate about the things I collect, so just wanted to give you guys a little tour. So without further ado, let's get nerdy. So here we are in the place where I keep all my things. This is kind of my corner of the room. I share a room with my partner. We both kind of have our own setups, but most of this stuff is mine, hence it's on this side of the room. Have all my gaming setup over here, and most of my collectibles, and my systems, my PC, and yeah, let's get into it then. I'll start off with my Smash Amiibos here. Yeah, I've been collecting these since these things started blowing up everywhere, and some of them were really hard to come by when they first came out, but luckily Nintendo's done a decent job of bringing them back and making sure they're all in stock, and they started breaking up those exclusives they were having, and it was a mess when they first launched back on the Wii U and 3DS. But yeah, I've had fun collecting these things over the years and adding in all the characters and putting them all organized, because I'm OCD like that, and I like to keep all the characters from their separate games next to each other. And of course we're getting more and more characters added as the roster of the game expands, and it's just gotten pretty crazy over the years, and just even all the characters from different games, from different third-party games are being added in, and it just feels like anyone can get in at this point. And here we've got the Pokemon and Fire Emblem characters of the cast. There's so many of them that they had to all be in one cubicle because both games are pretty well represented. Some think maybe too represented, but I'm fine with it. Most of them are pretty fun to play as, so I'm all for it. I'm expecting to see more Pokemon in the future, but we'll see how that goes. Fighter Pass characters are starting to get their amiibos out, and now that things are starting to calm down in the world, I'm pretty sure we're going to start seeing those come up even quicker than before. Yeah, Banjo's definitely one of my favorites that they've made, and I was really happy with how that one turned out. Yeah, I've collected a lot of these things, and I don't see it ending anytime soon. And here we've got that Majora's Mask statue I reviewed from First 4 Figures recently, so if you haven't seen that video, go check it out on my channel. I'm really happy with it, and it's become one of the favorite things in my collection, and it's not just one of my favorite Zelda games, but it's actually in my top 5 video games ever. If you haven't played it, you should just check it out. Moving along here, here's some of the Zelda stuff I've collected over the years. Got some action figures, a couple statues in there too. Zelda's definitely one of my favorite video games of all time. Let's go in for a closer look here. Yeah, I've gotten some of these from the World of Nintendo line, and some Figmas and Nendroids in there. Little bits here. Definitely tell Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are my favorite Zelda games, but I love them all. Got a few miscellaneous Zelda things here in the middle compartment. I'm still kind of fixing up this compartment, to be honest. But yeah, I might end up moving some of these things around, but let me show you a quick little closer look here. My partner actually got this. Oh, he actually got this for me for one of our anniversaries. It's made out of crystal. I was really happy with it. I don't want to take it out right now because I am clumsy and I will probably shatter it into a million pieces. Well, okay. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I'm really happy with this, and I know he knew I would love it, and it really means a lot to me, so I don't want to get more smudges on it than are already on it. So let me put this thing back before I break it. And while I'm at it, here's my Ocarina of Time. I got this back when I was in high school. It was kind of a present to myself. I knew a few songs on it years ago, but I'm not about to play those right now, or not that I even remember them, but yeah, maybe I'll pick it up again. It was pretty fun. There's actually some bigger ones I was thinking of getting, but this one is kind of sentimental to me because I've had it for years. And here we've got the last few pieces of Zelda merch in my collection. Yeah, I told you there was a lot. Yeah, they've just been coming out with more and more Zelda amiibos over the years, and I'm all for it. And of course we're gonna get that Skyward Sword amiibo, the controversial one, out soon. So yeah, looking forward to finding room for that thing. So yeah, I'm really happy with how most of these turned out, and got the Breath of the Wild collection there, and the links over the years, and yeah, just really happy with these. Moving over to Metroid over here, Samus is definitely my favorite video game heroine of all time. She's just badass like that. Well, most iterations anyway, but yeah. With that aside, I'm really happy with these. These are one of my favorite things in my collection, especially this Zero Suit Samus statue here. Even though some people didn't like that game, I thought it was okay. I still love this thing, and yeah, really happy that we're finally getting a new Metroid game and some new Metroid amiibos to go with it. So those will look really nice in here. And it's me, Mario. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. My terrible impressions aside, these are some more Mario amiibos here that I've collected over the years. And I'm happy with all of these, especially that Boo there actually glows in the dark. I'll show you that later. But yeah, definitely happy with the Mario amiibo line that's come out. There are a few that I'm missing that I probably don't have room for anyway, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some more in the future, so yeah, look forward to that. So if you don't know where this is from, let me introduce you here. This is actually one of my favorite games. It's called Space Channel 5. It first came out on the Dreamcast, and the main character here is Ulala. She's a space reporter who fights aliens with the power of dancing and reporting, but not so much reporting. But yeah, it's a silly rhythm game. I love it. It's just wacky. I've shown it to my roommates and they were in awe and confusion. But yeah, actually, hopefully I'll get to do a Let's Play of that sometime soon. I'm sure it'll be fun for you guys to see me mess up all the time, but yeah. Definitely a fun game. I recommend go check it out if you like silly rhythm games. And here we've got some Star Fox representation. Uh, Definitely played hours and hours of Star Fox 64 back when that came out. And the series really hasn't done well over the years. Star Fox Zero is a pretty big letdown. But I'm hoping that Nintendo gives it another chance and hopefully they do something along the lines of Star Fox 64, but also try something new that's not weird and hard to play. But yeah, they're fun games. I definitely say go check them out if you've never played them. And with that, let's barrel roll on to the next scene. And here we've got my Splatoon amiibos. It's actually become one of my partners and I's favorite games to play together. Honestly, I haven't played in a bit, but I know he still plays it every day. um, and yeah, we're finally getting Splatoon 3 as well, so there's gonna be more Splatoon coming our way. It actually surprised me. It's a fun kind of shooter-esque game, but not so much. It's different, and definitely check it out if you've never played it. And my last cubicle here is from The World Ends With You. It originally released on the Nintendo DS, and I was really into Final Fantasy and Square Enix at the time, and I remember seeing trailers for it and my friends talking about it, so I checked it out and instantly fell in love with the story, the characters, and we're finally getting a sequel. I have a couple more things on pre-order from the mini anime they did for the first game, and looking forward to adding those into my collection because I don't have much representing that game, but hopefully we start seeing some more merch, especially with the sequel coming in. Here we've got my nightstand with a couple of pieces here. I've got this ginormous chain chomp desk light. It's really cool actually. I'm happy with this thing. He's a good boy. And we've got this Zelda chest over here. Give me 1 second. I'll show you the content. Oh. Well, I'm rich. I wish. Yeah, but loved this. Had to get this. Let me get you a closer look at one of these rupees. Yeah, this is all glass, so if I drop this, that would be really, really bad. So, yeah. Saw this at GameStop, I believe, and just had to bring it home. So, yeah. And here we've got my alarm clock. Nothing too special, but in a second here you'll see what I wake up to every morning. Yeah, that definitely gets on my partner's nerves, but I love it. Almost forgot some of the amiibos I had hanging up here. These are some of the alternate amiibos. They're kind of the more special edition amiibos that have come out over the years, and I decided to kind of keep them in their boxes, you know, just to preserve them. And plus, I didn't really have any space, so I figured, hang them on the wall. You got some Yarn Yoshi amiibos there. These things are so adorable and squishy and soft. And yeah, they did a really good job on these. And we've got the big boy up there. And these are some of my Pokemon plushes that I decided to display out in my room here. Not too happy with how I have things set up over here, to be honest. I'm actually looking for a different piece of furniture or something to display these in, so let's keep an eye out for that. There's Banjo holding on to my Pro controller there. And we've got a couple more Pokemon here. Yuna, and there's Mario again. And these are some of my Funko Pops back here. As you can see, I really love my Disney villains. Some random gaming ones there. some couple Pokemon, Daria, some nostalgia there definitely. And speaking of nostalgia, we got Gem and the Holograms. Yeah, well, I had mixed feelings with Funko Pops before. Like, I didn't really care for them, and then, well, you know how it goes. Everyone's owned a Funko Pop at least at some point in their lifetime, it seems, these days. And speaking of Funko Pops, we've got my wall of Scott Pilgrim versus the World Funko Pops over here. It's actually our favorite movie as a couple, so we're really into it. Anytime any of our friends say they haven't seen it yet or anything, we're just like, okay, we have to sit down and watch it. And I don't even know how many times we've sat down and watched it at this point, but it's definitely our favorite movie together. Some of these actually are pretty rare, I've found out over the years. Like, the prices can get pretty crazy, but yeah, there's a few that I'm missing, but they're a bit more on the pricey side. Definitely happy with this display over here though. And here we've got my Linkin Park Hybrid Theory Funko Pop here. I didn't even know this was a thing until I saw it in the comic store, so I had to pick that up to go along with this over here. I got this autographed by Chester himself actually at a book signing. I don't remember how old I was, but it's been quite a few years, and yeah, I was really hurt to learn when he had passed, and they were a big part of my life growing up, so I'm glad I was able to meet him and shake his hand and get this picture of him signed. And here we've got my favorite Marvel character of all time, Phoenix. Yeah, there's a couple more pieces that I want to get, but we'll see. There's always stuff coming out, so I kind of try to be a little more picky with what kind of Phoenix merchandise I get. And then next we have my Last of Us display over here, a couple of Funko Pops, and the statue of Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2. This thing is really huge, but the details on it are pretty crazy, and yeah, it was a fun game. Not as good as the first one, but still fun. I enjoyed it. I know some people didn't, but yeah. And then continuing on with the Naughty Dog theme, we've got some Uncharted down here, Uncharted 4, Uncharted 3, and another statue from the first Last of Us game. A couple memorabilia things that came with some of the special editions. So yeah, Naughty Dog knows how to kill it pretty much every time, so looking forward to what they have coming next. And I've got a couple DC femme fatales, and here Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Zatanna. It's a little barren right now. I'm planning to add a couple more pieces to it, but yeah. These are, I'm not huge on DC, but there's just some characters that I love so much, especially from the 90s Batman animated TV series, so yeah. And here we got our Resident Evil Hot Toys figures here from Resident Evil 4 and 5. These are pretty pricey, probably one of the priciest things in my collection, so we both kind of went halfers on each of them, but the details on these are pretty they're pretty outstanding. Hot Toys is known for the work they put into these and the amount of accessories they come in. Yeah, I'm really happy with these. These are probably one of my favorite things in my collection. And here's what my setup looks like all lit up there. I've got my display case over here lit up as well. But yeah, the cool thing about these lights is that they have a bunch of different settings and multiple colors, so pretty much can change things around however I'm feeling that day. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description to the lights I got here. Here's a closer look. Yeah, there's these light pucks that I had installed because I needed something kind of small to fit in there, but that's not too noticeable. I'm really happy with the end result here though. I recently had these installed, so it took a bit of time, but it was well worth the wait. So if you enjoyed any of what you just saw, make sure to leave a like on the video and smash that subscribe button. It'll really be helping me out, so do it. Well, look forward to more content coming soon, and until next time, stay nerdy.